Welcome back to our series on innovation. Last time we talked about projects. That's work where you have a goal and you have plans to achieve that goal. And then you follow those plans to make it happen. Most work is done that way. It's a very effective model. But I left to the cliffhanger suggesting that some kinds of work don't follow that model. So let's talk about some of that. It's an interesting example of exactly this very thing. Back in 1503, an artist got a commission to make a painting. Now, the way commissions work is you sit down with the subject, you paint them, and you give them the painting and they give you the money. Well, this artist started working on this painting, and the general outline of what he was trying to do was well defined. But he started tweaking with this and tweaking with that, and he got a new job, and he took the painting with him, and he continued tweaking it, and he never turned it in for the commission. He never finished the thing. So he failed with the goal. He failed with the plan because he kept changing it and tweaking it. Obviously, it was a failed painting. The Mona Lisa, of course, is the symbol of art. But yet, he executed it in a way that would make project managers around the world cringe. It's the greatest painting ever. So, what is this? What made this successful? Well, what made it successful is it was a very different kind of process. He was not following a project process. He followed a different process, and he followed that different process brilliantly. So, could the Mona Lisa have been created as a project? Could he have sat down with his team and said, what are we going to do? Let's write up a plan. We all instinctively know the answer to this. No, you cannot create the Mona Lisa through a project. It required this other kind of process. So, what is it, this other kind of process? Well, it's a process of discovery. It's a process where you don't know what the goal is until you get there. You don't know what the plans are until you figure out what the plans are, which means you're already there. The plans follow the execution. It's like project management on its head. But trust me, it works. In fact, for innovation, for discovering new things, it's the only way to do innovation effectively. So we'll look at some implications of this all. We'll dig in later sessions what this really means, because this is kind of eye-opening and frankly probably mind-blowing to a lot of you. It took me a long time myself to kind of understand what in the world was going on with this innovation thing, and I'm still struggling to understand aspects of it. But it's very clear that a totally different set of processes must be used if you're innovating. If you're going to create the Mona Lisa, you cannot do it with project processes. You've got to do a different set of processes. Now, I'm not saying it's without processes. Oh, no. There are processes there. They're just different, completely different. Progress and results have to be measured with a different type of metric. It's not like normal projects. The metrics are different because the process is different. It's inherent that those are opposite things. So it's a mistake to try to use processes or processes and project metrics to measure the results of a innovative project. They're different things. And the last aspect is that a disciplined innovative process looks very different from a disciplined project process. Now, to have success on an innovative process, it must be disciplined. But the discipline looks different. Leonardo followed a very disciplined, innovative process. He would never have made the Mona Lisa if he hadn't been extremely disciplined. But it was a completely different kind of discipline than project discipline, completely different. And you have to understand what you're looking at in an innovative process to evaluate the discipline and understand when a process is disciplined or when it's not disciplined. We'll again dig into that in later sessions. Thanks for joining.